Hello there everybody, it's Sean here and it is Thursday the 17th of October and welcome to sunny Dawlish. It's lovely to be able to say that because we've just had a couple of really bad weather days, a couple of days of heavy rain and mist, as I know a lot of places have. But today I had to come to Dawlish for some bits and pieces, so I thought why not take you guys along with me. So should we just go and have a wander around Dawlish? It's probably not looking its best today after the rain, to be honest, but we'll have a wander around and see what we think, shall we? So let's have a look first of all. Oh look, there's a train in. Woo! Yep. We'll do some more train stuff a little bit later on. It's actually looking pretty nice out to sea at the moment, as you can see. It's an autumnal day, but you know, it is still lovely, and considering the weather over the last couple of days, this isn't bad at all. Just having a look along there. And if I just turn the camera around like this, you can see this is part of the new development that they've done on the seawall in Dawlish. And this is where Dawlish water now comes out into the sea. Yeah, there's a lot of water there, isn't there? I do hope the black swans are okay. But you can see what a good job they've done on the seafront now here in Dawlish. Not looking too bad at all, actually. And just in the distance here, we can see one of the famous black swans of Dawlish. Oh, it's very muddy here. You can tell it flooded over the last couple of days. Here's one of the black swans. Hello matey. And look, fancy some baby black swans? Look at this. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? And thank goodness they're okay, because we came through here yesterday and the water was absolutely a torrent down here, so we do worry about them, but they look like they're fine. There's mum and 5 babies, looking good. And there are some lovely places to eat, some lovely little tea rooms. This is the old mill here. Isn't that lovely? And here's one of the places that Dawlish is famous for. Yeah, almost world famous Gay's Creamery. If you're in Dawlish, this is the place to come for your cream tea and your ice cream. It's a great little shop. Actually, it's a big shop. There's loads of stuff in there. A colleague of mine, if you're watching, even bought a paddleboard in there, would you believe? Although I don't think that's part of their normal stock. And this is a lovely little waterfowl centre they've got here. It's to protect the birds and to help to rear some rare breeds and that sort of stuff as well. Should we have a look and see if they've got any babies at the moment? Look at this. Lots of little feathery people. Hello. Can't see any babies, but yeah, do you mind? Keep it down, boys, please. I don't think they like me being here filming. It really is starting to look very autumnal now, isn't it? But I suppose we're only 3 weeks away from bonfire night. Scary stuff, isn't it? Let's have a walk across one of the bridges here. You can hear the water. It is very, very powerful, but there's been so much rain. This is Dawlish water. It's a lovely little river, actually. Starts way inland. And there's a lovely park alongside the river here. In the summer they have a lot of events on this green. music shows and all sorts of things. Lovely little bandstand here as well. Bowling green in the distance and the main church. This is the main shopping street, as much as there is one really. Some nice little shops here, little places to eat. And right alongside you've got, again, the park and across to the river. And if ever I need to get a card, this is where I come. This is probably by far and away the best card shop in the Dawlish and Teignmouth area. They've got a fantastic collection of stuff. And nice, not just your average cards that you get everywhere, you get a nice variety here as well. Well, it is incredibly mild for the time of year. It's middle of October and I think it's probably 18 degrees here today. Absolutely incredible. Really lovely, and of course all the holiday makers have gone. There's probably just a few still wandering around, but it is lovely. It's very, very quiet and it's a lovely place to come. Nice to see there's still some little independent shops doing okay here. Lovely little places to have a cup of tea or just a spot of shopping. No, it's amazing the wildlife you find in Dawlish, isn't it, eh? Now the story goes, and I'm not sure how true this is or not, but I think this was the original gorilla here, and I think his name is Guy. Of course it has to be Guy, doesn't it? And originally he was pointing out into the road, and I believe there was somebody who was living in one of the apartments facing the park who complained because they said that every time they looked out the window the gorilla was staring at them. I suppose he does look a bit mean, doesn't he? But since then they turned him around. He's now got a lady gorilla, and in more recent times, look, there's a little gorilla as well. Isn't that lovely? And so here we are back on the seafront. Looking lovely actually, isn't it? And if I just go to the left, you can see the work that's been done on Dawlish seafront. They spent many, many millions reinforcing and rebuilding the seawall here to stop the waves coming over onto the railway. You may remember the scenes from a few years ago when the waves completely trashed the railway line. That was just about 200-300 yards further up that way. That's the railway station. They're now redoing the railway station and they're repainting it. It's been a long job, but they're doing a very good job. And if we turn around the other way, you can see the work they've done on the seawall. There's a train just going through. And we're going to have a walk along the seafront there, along to Boat Cove and Coryton Cove. So we're on the Walkway. They've done a really nice walkway along the seafront here, and it's now a very pleasant experience to walk along here. It may not win any awards for beauty, but it really is lovely. As you can see, also popular with local joggers. We have mature local joggers around these parts. Coming up to Boat Cove there, which is a very nice place. Let's go and have a closer look at that. Yeah, so this is Boat Cove. Now it looks very quiet nowadays, but apparently in the old days this is where all the Dawlish fishermen used to pull up their boats, and this little beach here would be absolutely full of fishing boats. Nowadays just mainly used for leisure, of course. It's still a nice place to sit and take in the scenery. Here you can see the old winches that they used to pull the boats up with. I think one or two of them are still used actually. Here's another one. Yeah, it's still attached to the boat, so they're obviously still using it, unless they just use it to stop the boat being carried away at high tide. A nice view back across towards Dawlish there. In the distance, beyond Dawlish, you can see Langston Rock. That's the first big red rock there. That's just this side of Dawlish Warren. On the other side you can just see the edge of Exmouth. That's the entrance to the River Exe estuary. And then it goes on to Sandy Bay, which is a big caravan static home park. And then on to Straight Point, and the other side of that is Budleigh Salterton. And then on a clearer day you can see all the way along the East Devon coast. And on a very clear day you can see as far as Portland Bill, which I think is about 55 miles from here. But you can see it on a very clear day. The final bit of the seawall in Dawlish takes us to Coryton Cove. These are the very pretty, colourful beach huts. And then we're going to have a walk along to Coryton Cove. And there's a lovely little cafe at the end there. And if it's open, which I think it may well be, there may well be a coffee with my name on it, I think. It's a lovely, colourful place. In the summer this is very busy here with all the beach huts open, people sitting out on their sun chairs and taking in the sunshine, looking at the sea here. And the good news is the cafe is open. This is a lovely place to come and sit on a sunny day, taking a coffee, a bit of cake. And then just beyond it here you've got the beach as well. Another train going through. This is the beach at Coryton Cove. Very nice place to spend a warm sunny day, and it feels like a summery day today. It's really, really mild. I've got this fleece on, I'm really warm actually. People swimming in the sea out there. They're hardier than me, I have to say. Another little jetty, very popular with fishermen. Lovely, isn't it? Fancy a swim, anybody? Well, I might be tempted, except I don't have my swimmies with me, so I might get arrested. Perhaps give that a miss then, shall we? Yeah, I think so. And the distance, by the way, is the next bay, the next little cove is called Shell Cove, or sometimes Horse Cove, and that's actually a private beach. I've never been able to get around to it. Apparently you can get onto the beach, but only by boat, but there's no access off the land because it's private property. And in the distance you've got the headland, which is known as the Parson and the Clark. This is a really nice place to come for a coffee. Talking about coffee, what do we have here?
Black coffee and homemade cannoli.
Oh yeah. The day's suddenly looking better. So there we go. Cheers everybody. Hope you enjoyed our little wander around Dawlish, and it's a beautiful day for it today. Thank goodness for that. So I will see you next time. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this, give us a like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And I will see you again next time from somewhere else, right here in hopefully sunny Devon. Take care. Cheers.